At RaiseCredit.com, business credit is the name of the game. Learn how to build credit that'll look like more money than you've ever dreamed of. Both Wall Street and Main Street offer untold riches to people with credit, and RaiseCredit.com can teach you how to get it.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Ray Reynolds here with RaisWebinar.com. Please, as we begin, get tablet and pen. Write things down. Don't just try to take pictures. We got to make sure we put it in our brains versus on the cell phone. Now, here's a phone number for all of you. It's 800-510-3338. They can get a hold of me at the office, talk to one of the specialists as well. As we begin, information obtained today will be given to you. It has been protected in many ways. You're going to hear things today you've never heard before. I'll guarantee that when it comes to what I call Ray's rules. In the beginning, I tell everybody that I've ever met, plan on the problems. I've been lecturing people for 43 years, seminars, workshops, boot camps. All right, the bottom line is I can show you exactly how to get to that $1 million dream if you listen to me and do exactly what I tell you to do. In other words, let me do all the work for you. It's easier that way. All right, no mistakes. Guess what? Plan on the problem. Someone's going to make you mad today. They're going to basically get in your way or try to take it away. Bottom line is I want you to have safety credit. I'll explain that to you as we go through this overview. I also want you to have the line of defense. This way you can see it, believe it, and get it every time. Nothing gets in your way besides you. I'll guarantee it. But I want you to write down, never bring the pain home, ever. Now let's understand something. We all get knocked down. I call it the Humpty Dumpty. We all get knocked down. There's always somebody getting in our way, like I said. But how we get back up is pretty important. So as we do this today, it's pretty simple. Now for me, no matter what happens, this is my backyard, by the way. Yes, I live in Yorba Linda. And what's happening today, not only some houses went down, the bottom line is we got evacuated last night. But I'm still here helping people because that's what I promised God I would do. So my backyard's on fire. How about you? All right, what I'm going to do today is I'm praying for my neighbors. At the same time, I'm going to make sure we give some discounts and raise some limits and have some fun too to help the people around me. As we do this today, so guess what? All right, now here's the thing. Are you still rolling the dice? Are you really? All right, going to see what you're going to win? Me, see, I believe in you. We don't need to roll the dice anymore. We don't have to guess. All right, we're going to talk about my little journey with you. All right, and we're going to talk about my journey, how it began. You see, I want to get you to million and billion. First, I've got to start getting past go for me. All right, and the first thing I always do is I have to start with Mrs. Hope. Mrs. Hope got her weekly and monthly checks. You know, when I was 3 years old, she dropped me off Redondo Beach Pier every morning at 6:30. So Mrs. Hope, I called her and thought to myself, she was a she-devil from hell. Literally, dropped me off at the pier from the age 3 to 9.5 years old. All right, the bottom line is I learned how to steal, learned how to beg. It kind of sucked. But you know one of the things I did, and I'm thankful for Mrs. Hope, believe me, if I saw her today, I'd say thank you. I really would. You see, what I gathered back then is pretty simple. The books and the magazines about rich and famous people. See, Marina Del Rey is right next to Torrance Rocks Palos Verdes in Redondo Beach Pier. I got to see all the money. So today I'd like you to listen and learn how I got my Lamborghini collection, my yachts, my Duffys, my mansions. I broke world records as well. Having fun. How about the helicopters, the race boats, and the yachts parked in the backyard? How'd I do so far? By the way, I brought in $2 billion by the time I was 26. All in a corporate structure. So today, if you listen and learn, you write down Ray's rules, you're going to learn the overview, the tools and the rules, and I'm going to offer to do the work for you anyway, because I don't want you to mess it up, please. So winning the game of business, I wrote it 43 years ago. You see, I had to move 24 times the time I was 11 and a half years old. Kind of sucked. But those people were mean on the 1st and the 15th. I think the rent or the mortgage was due or something. So I turned everything into a game because I always like to win and I like to play games. So guess what? Today, listen, learn the rules and the tools and get to the workshop with me. I'm going to have some fun, but I'm going to guarantee you the $1 million dream. You see, as a kid, I connected the dots. All right, I found out a corporation's a legal person at 7.5 years old. My first corporation at 9.5 was Helping Hand Industries. It went worldwide, got 100,000 in the mail too. That was kind of fun. You see, guess what we get to do today? We get to play. All I'm going to ask you for is give me 90 days. In 90 days, I'm going to repackage your life. I'm going to hand you the fish, teach you how to fish, all right, and get you to the $1 million dream. I got no excuses, and after today, neither will you. Seminar, workshop, and boot camp, you're going to be stuck with me. Going to have some fun. So let's understand something. This is what's going to happen today. Today's the 27th. Sorry, I couldn't change it because I was kicked out of our house last night. We were told, vacate, move out. This is the police. Get out of here. Your hill's on fire. Kind of sucks. So my eyes are all red. All right, didn't get to sleep. But guess what? In 90 days for you, I'd like to get you an 820 credit score. I'd like to get you up to $100,000 of personal business credit as well. I'd like to maybe get you a franchise, complex, apartment complex, commercial real estate or something. Whatever you want today, let me know. I'll hold your hand and I'll make sure you get it. You see, what happens is most of you spent thousands of dollars, sorry to say, don't take it personally, on a bunch of crap. Have you ever had one person that would hold your hand from beginning to end, who brought in $2 billion by the time he was 26, besides me? All right, probably not. You see, I was the second largest advertiser in Los Angeles, too. All right, until 2009, I found myself in a coma. Now, tell me what year it is today. Today is 2020. It's been a rough year for all of us, and now my hill's on fire, too. Kind of sucks. So guess what? 2021, what does that do for you? Listen carefully. A corporation that is basically set up in 2020, it's its first fiscal year. January 2nd, it's on the second fiscal year. That allows me to go get $5.4 million of credit for divisions and corporations as well. So if you want to listen, all right, I want to make sure you understand. We're running out of time because why? We're in the second quarter, and it's ending soon. So what happens with most of you? You lose your job, you got an emergency. The next thing is you're going to run out of time, you're going to run out of money, and then you're going to jack up your credit again and bring the pain home in 42 days. You've done this most of your life. Sorry to say. You didn't know how to play the game, and you didn't know how to win. But today I'm going to help you win. You get to play with me. By the way, all right, please find the time you're missing. In other words, get up at 4:30 in the morning. You got work to be done. The next thing is getting to know me, kind of fun too. You see, the reality is this. When I worked with Ken Yarborough and Harold Stokes years ago, he was basically the security chief at Tier W in Aspiria, and I got to teach him all kinds of things to play with too. Like you. Do yourself a favor right now, please. Write down Credit Services Act. Write it down. I want you to know the truth and the rules and the law. It's in front of you. The Credit Services Act will tell you flat out. Credit repair is a scam. They're not allowed to collect money up front. All they're doing is writing letters going, not mine, not late. Kind of like a couple of you. It'll refer you to the basically Credit Repair Organization Act too. So you get to know me, you get to have some fun. By the way, I was also the incorporator for most of your rich and famous people too. So listen to the rules and the tools and get to the workshop with me. We're going to have some fun. See, the NACB certified only one person on the planet. By the way, that was me. All right, kind of fun. Now, here's what happens if you look at the BBB and you basically type in Lexington Law. You see, they're also creditrepair.com too. They've been collecting money every day, and they're not supposed to do that at all. But they'll notice if you look at BBB, it'll say there's 4 government agencies that file complaints to shut them down. They average between 500 and 800 complaints all the time anyway. They just take money, and that's no fun. Now you, if you allow me to, I'm going to do what we're allowed to. It's called credit rebuild. We're not going to just write stupid letters, blah, blah, blah. We're even going to seal their record too. But I'd like to get you an 820 credit score. Is that okay with you? All right. Now, by the way, in the program I'm going to talk to you about today, I even hand you a $1,000 cash credit card. Okay, that way we can build it up some more. Then I'll invite you to the Saturday class at 1 o'clock, Credit Education 2, for 90 days. Now, this is what happens. When you refer somebody, I hand you $50. I Zelle it to you. Is that okay? Or you sign up your spouse, and what happens? We give them another discount too. Now, or today, if you want to, you can do it yourself. By the way, when I wrote the credit repair manual module years ago, I got it endorsed by everybody. It was kind of fun. So there's the credit repair module. Well, I'll call it credit rebuilding. Even how to set up a new credit file today. It's going to be up to you. I can do it for you, or you can do it yourself too. The bottom line is you're just going to write stupid letters. That doesn't work. By the way, I'd like to repackage your life. That means your house, your car, your bank account. Sorry, I think you did it wrong anyway. If you let me do it, I'll clone me into you. I'll get you to the first $1,000,000. I'll even guarantee that too. So what do we get to do today? Have some fun, because that's what we got to do. Credit saved my life as a kid, as an adult. So let's understand something today. It's pretty simple. Every time I hear somebody say money for a rainy day, my life, it always pours. It doesn't rain, all right? It always pours, probably like yours too. Now, let's think about something today. You got an emergency, like I do at home today. We got evacuated last night, so we don't know if we get to go home to a house or basically nothing left. But that's just life. I got to go do what I do best and help people like you. I got to keep my promise today. So let's say today you needed $5,000. You need it now. What are you going to do? Go ask your friends and family? They're all going to say no. Go ask the bank too. They're going to say no too. You see, if you would have listened to me a long time ago called Safety Credit, here's a card for $5,000 in my hand or on the screen. You see, if you had to jack it up to buy time and fix that problem you got today, the payment of that card is only $50 a month. By the way, you waste that every other day. I know you do, so do you. So what do we get to do? Hey, are you one of those people that waste $140 a week? Is that true? You waste $140 a week? I don't know if that's true about you, but let's talk about personal credit. This is a Venture and a Venture One card, each worth $50,000 apiece. So there's $100,000 of credit. Personal credit has to be called safety credit for a lot of reasons. One, I said so. Two, you can't write off the interest rate of the card. So if you steal it from the family to write a business, you screw it up and bring the pain home. Now, if you max out one of these cards today, the payment is only $612.26. Exactly what the average person wastes or pisses away. Oh my goodness, they could have got 2 pizzas today. Stop wasting money. Listen, please. I put people in franchise. I make them millionaires and billionaires. I've done this for 43 years. So please today, turn these on. You see, there's the pizzas. I could get you 4 of those. By the way, that would give you positive cash flow of $24,000 a month while you tell the manager what to do. Now what excuse you got? I got no excuses. All right, but I said, at the end of the day, neither will you. What did I tell you in the beginning today? Plan on the problem. Someone's going to try to get in your way, take it away, and it's going to get screwed up. But if you got safety credit in the line of defense, you'll be able to see it and believe and go get it every day. Nothing will get in your way besides you. And from now on, let me do the work for you. Running your race is the hardest thing to do, especially with the people around you anyway. You see, what I do is I turn off the sounds of other people. If I listen to those dummies most of my life, how am I going to bring in a couple billion at 26 and buy my first Lamborghini at 14 and a half years old? Give me a break. I believe in God and I believe in me. But again, it's going to be up to you. Never give up, no matter what they have to say, because you got to realize you got to believe and set up your goals. Believe in you. See, I believe in God and I believe in me. It's like when I broke the world record in 1981 for the highest kick on the planet to this day. Guess what? White men do jump. Just stupid people say we don't. So the reality is, guess what? Don't hear you can't do this or that. God gave you an idea and a dream. Do it for yourself, then help other people like I do. You got the ability to listen today. If these are turned on, I pray that they are. Hey, let's look at this. You and me, what did we do? We got an SSN. Isn't that nice? We got an SSN, a Social Security card, when we were teenagers because we were told to. So we follow like sheep. We got an SSN because we needed that to go get the job. Now we got 1 or 2 write-offs. That's all we get. And you know what happens all the time with most of you? Probably all of you. All right, you got your Aspirion, your Transu, and your Equifax too. The moment you jacked up a credit card past 29%, not only did you drop your score, not only did you get stuck, you couldn't get any more. And I'll guarantee all of you have done this in the past because you didn't understand the rules and the tools. It's 29%. So let's understand this flat out today. So if you want to go to Credit Karma, it's free. By the way, they've been indicted before too, but they have no phone number to help you, and they tell you 33%. You see, that's what they want to do, get you to clickety-clack. So they get their $25 every time you do. So guess what we get to do today is learn the truth. It will set you free. You see what happens? He's the reason you got an SSN too? We're the collateral for the United States of America Incorporated, by the way. And you know, ever since Nixon took that gold standard out, they've been printing money 24/7, going, let's print some more money today. Now write down this list. You ready to write it down? Get a pen and paper. Raise rules. Simple. $100,000 of credit every one of you should have, flat out. Because if you got a family to feed, you better have some damn safety credit. If not, you're going to bring the pain home. All right, 29% again. Remember that too? That would have gave you $71,000 of safety credit. Just in case there's a pandemic or you lost your job, you can buy up to 2 years' time. But here's the problem with most of you, if not all of you. You took money and credit from the family, you rolled the dice and went, honey, let's bring the pain home today. Stop hurting your family. All right, I'm sorry. I'm just flat out. Don't take it personally. You brought the pain home because you didn't listen to me. I don't know where the heck you've been so far, but you have the ability to do it another way because you shouldn't have brought the pain home at all. But again, you're going to learn raise rules today, a lot of them. There's only 20,000 of them, so today we'll give you a couple of them to get you started. And yes, you got a sad story to tell too. Boo-hoo! Nobody cares at the end of the day. There's me in a coma at 5.5 years old. All right, I hit the curb at 40 miles an hour with my face. They told me I'd never walk again in my life. I got up again. Oh, there's me in a coma again in 2009. I've been in 2 of these so far. Kind of sucks. There I am in 2009 waiting to die. Look at that. All right, I got to die at 5:41 in the afternoon. Kind of sucks. Now, what did I do? I'm keeping my promise today, like I said to God in that coma. Even though my hill's on fire and we got evacuated last night, I'm still here with you. Because what else am I supposed to do? We got to see if the house is still left at the end of the day. There I am. You see, I had COVID-9, pandemic 9, swine flu, pneumonia. They couldn't make up their mind. See, I allowed people to go on my yacht to watch the fireworks in 2009 on July 4th. Somebody had swine flu and pneumonia. They shouldn't have been on the yacht. I wish they would have told me. I would have thrown them over and fed them to the damn sharks. But again, they didn't wear a damn mask like they should have then. And some people today don't do either. I don't get it. Where you park your race boat and yacht? I'm the most verified person on this damn planet today. I was the second largest advertiser in Los Angeles for 32 years. I got no BS, but I'll make you a millionaire if you allow me to. The only thing I got to do is get you out of your own way. All right? And that's what pisses me off most because some of you don't even listen. All right? It's ridiculous. But today you're going to listen. You're going to learn some things. And by the way, I'm everything you've been looking for all your life. I know that flat out. H1N1, that's what they said at the end of the day. I had. Kind of sucks. Oh, what did I do? You see, I got to go out of that coma. All right, I made a promise I'd help people the rest of my life in that coma. God allowed me to live. I came out of the coma, had to walk around with an oxygen tank for 5 weeks. Kind of embarrassing, kind of ridiculous too, but guess what? I had to breathe. And you know what? What am I supposed to do? Call my mommy and daddy who threw me away as a little boy who didn't want me? All right, no. I had to do 2 things. 1, pray to God, and then put it on me. I walked around with that oxygen tank like a damn football. I fight for everything I've ever had in my life. I'd rather fight than or die. I put my score back to an 820. I popped $1 million credit card again. Why are you bringing the pain home? I don't get this. I had to master these rules and tools by the time I was 9.5 because I had to get out of hell. But again, today, you don't get a do-over. You get to live or die. Now we got COVID-19. First it's 9, now it's 19. What the hell are we doing today? I hope and I pray you wear a mask. All right? Because, you know, if I knew to wear a mask or a bubble around my friggin' head versus laying in that damn hospital being dead, I would have did that too. But the reality is pretty simple. You got a chance to die, and you got a lifetime to live. Which one are you going to pick? Which one are you going to pick today? This is up to you. Now, being comfortable, I've never been comfortable a day in my life. Never. I never have. All right, I guess when you're raised and you have to steal and beg off the pier, how are you supposed to be comfortable? Now, if you're comfortable and you got that job, all right, don't worry, when you're 50, 60, and 70, you'll be living on the system because you got lazy. In other words, don't be comfortable, people. Let's get you to million to billion. Let's get you out of your own way. I want you to do what I do every morning. I started this at 2.5 years old. I was on the ground, on the floor, looking in the mirror, crying my eyes out. Had nobody to help me, but the bottom line is I looked at myself. I said, I got to figure this out. Yeah, I did. And you know what? Ever since then, I get up at 2:25 every day. I drop to my knees and I say, thank you, Jesus, for another day. Then I go find a mirror and I stare at it and I put myself in check. Just like you need to. Don't blame anybody else. This is your life. All right? Put yourself in check. Don't comb your teeth. Ask yourself the question, have you completed everything you need to? The answer is no. Then why are you sleeping in past 4:30 in the morning? I don't get it. Is there more to be done? Always. 43 years I've asked people, crowds of thousands at a time, all right, did God give you an idea or a dream or a vision? They all say yes. I go, what did you do next? Oh, I went and asked my friends and family what to do. Why would you ever ask the people around you? All right, they want to keep you down, and most of them are ripped you off in the past anyway, unless you got the perfect family. I've never seen that yet. By the way, all you did is cloud your direction. Can you do me a favor? Shh. Don't tell anybody what you're going to do for 90 days. I'll hand you everything you need. I'll do the work for you. If you want $1 million card, hell, I'll hand that to you too. Then, when you got the goodies, they'll ask you, how'd you do this or that? All I want to hear from you is raiswebinar.com. That's all you're going to have to say. See, guess what? I haven't had a paycheck for 20 years. I don't need one. All right? Do you? You see, I love money. Money's one of my favorite things. It's not my first 5, but it's on my top 10. You see what money does for me? I don't have to steal or beg off the damn pier. I can feed my family and pay my bills. I can help people like you. You going to pay attention today? All right, because I can turn around every one of your lives and repackage you, get you to $1 million dream, and I can guarantee it. I only have 17 millionaire clients and billionaire clients too. But this time, you better damn well follow through. You're getting older like me. We're getting slower. We're not as pretty as we used to be. Go back to the job you hate. Go ahead. Eventually, they're going to fire you anyway. Then you're going to drive an Uber and deliver some pizza. Is that your American dream? It could be yours, but it isn't mine. The reality is I like the Lamborghinis, the Ferraris, and the goodies. I like living in $1 million houses. I like having everything I damn well please. All right? Because I knew how to master the rules and tools by the time I was 9.5. Now let's listen to what Mrs. Hope did to me some more. You know what happened? Every Wednesday night they had a damn poker game. I stood outside the pantry. Actually, that was my bedroom next to the garage. Like I said, she was a she-devil from hell. But today I'd say thank you, Mrs. Hope. What I heard that night is simple. A corporation's a legal person. I wrote it down. I circled it 10 times. See, they always thought it was weird writing my little notes, listening to what they had to say. But it could be true. I could be weird, maybe like you. By the way, I heard my way out of hell if I could figure it out. They said a corporation's a legal person. Do you even know what that means? So I went the next day next to the Torrance Police Department, next to the Lawn Mill Mall. I knew one thing. There was a library somewhere around there, so I found the door and I walked in. I said, lady, could you please help me? She looked at me going, yes, young man. I said, how do I look this up? Here's a microfiche, here's a book. You know, I read the book front and back. See, God gave me an IQ off the chart with total recall, and I could usually read a page at a time. Teachers used to hate me, believe me. It was kind of fun, too. So you know what I was looking for in that book? The blueprint, the instruction manual, how to get out of hell, go get the $1 million dream. I got pissed off. Damn. To this day, I can't find a book that gives me the rules and the tools to get me my money that I need to go get the dream. It doesn't exist. I know you got some books at home how to make money, too. Oh, the secrets, blah, blah, blah. Kind of like the motivational crap. Blah, 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 some more. At the end of the day, I wrote the rules and the tools. That's how I brought in my first 100,000 at 9.5, a million at 14, double billion at 26. How the hell am I doing today? How about you? I've had to fight for everything I've ever had in my life. That is called the Millionaire's Founders Kit. 12 books and CDs. You might want to get that too. How about real estate? Sorry, I only had $841 million of real estate before the damn coma. I was going to hit $1 billion that year. Oh well, got to die in a coma too. I got to be a consultant for many banks for years, so I wrote a book, How to Become the Bank. Buckets of money, tax balancing too. Isn't this going to be fun? I wrote Winning the Game of Business 43 years ago. When I was at the Bonaventure before the coma for 32 years, every Wednesday night, I used to sell that for $20,000 a pop. There was a line around the door. From there, I was at the Mirror in Long Beach for 40 years too. But guess what? We found some books and CDs in a warehouse that belonged to me. So today, if you want to, the sales team will give it to you $1,000. It's $999 today, but through me, because I'm raising money for my family and the neighbors now that our houses are on fire today. It's $499 to you. If you sell it, wire deposit right away. And if you don't, that's on you. We're going to run out of stock by the end of the week anyway. So you got a choice. Now let's understand something. All right? It's kind of fun. I want to rebuild your credit, but I want to do it the right way. The way that Ken Yarbrough and I designed years ago. Rapid refresh, that'll bring your score to an 820, by the way. Credit lines, articles, books, CDs, and classes, you're going to be stuck with me. Won't that be kind of fun? By the way, all right, remember, every credit card from now on is going to be at 25 to 29%. That's right. No zero balances, and don't go past the 29%. You go past the 29%, you drop your score, you get stuck, can't get any more. Is that true about you? You've all done it before. Come on. I mean, it's pretty simple. You go to Credit Karma, look at your cards. Anything at 29% is in the green. Anything at 30 is in the yellow, then the red. It's simple. They should be telling you the truth, but they don't. They just want you to clickety-clack. Now, I got to make you a qualified CFO. You understand that? A qualified what? CFO. The ability to do this right. So what do we get to do? Now, I want you to look at something. Please listen to me today. These are the ultimate cards on the planet, the golds and the platinum, personal and business. Why? I can push them up to $1 million. Now listen carefully. The gold and the platinum, as long as they're paid over time through my system, which I can set up for you if you'd like me to, all right, the 25 to 29% doesn't matter at all. It doesn't fluctuate your credit at all. But again, you'd have to listen to me because I teach you they're going to offer you 99 more. Oh, by the way, that's $100 million. That's too much. So let's just do this. Oh, now we got the divisions on the card and application too. Hey, how about we get the line of credit too? You see, if you listen to me, I'd do all the work for you. I'd get you a card for the corporation, set up 9 divisions too. Now, what would that do within about 90 days or less? Probably up to $1 million of credit. Would you like some of those too? See, for me, every one of those locations would be a pizza today, or a McDonald's, or a Wendy's, or a Taco Bell. I want to make some money today. What about you? But then first, I got to get you to the 820. I got to rebuild your credit the right way. I got to make you a qualified CFO. I always promise you a $1,000 card for you, the educational class too. And if you refer people, you get $50 a pop from there, or you can basically do it yourself if you want to. So the difference is, me and Ken Yarbrough, we wrote some books and CDs years ago. You could actually get that today too. You can do the work yourself, or I can do it for you. But it'll be up to you. You see, I can count on me, so can you, but can you count on you? In other words, will you follow through? 4 points of income with me today. How about real estate? Let's go get some millions of dollars. Get a fixer-upper. All right, maybe a duplex, a fourplex, or apartment complex too. How about commercial real estate? I like that. It's kind of fun. By the way, today, because we got COVID-19 now, what are we going to have to do? Get a franchise. We're going to get a McDonald's, a Taco Bell, or a Wendy's. All right, maybe a pizza too, because we want to make sure we can stay open through COVID-19. the small mom and pops going up and down, up and down, up and down. These people can't make up their damn mind. They're putting these people out of business and bringing the pain home. The people making the stupid decisions today, they don't have to worry about it because they still get their paycheck. Now, for me, being the incorporated for most of the rich and famous people in the past, by the way, write down leveraging money and credit. There's 84 ways to do that too. It's pretty simple. The reason I know it, I wrote every one of them. All right, you can get 99 cards off every card you want to, but I'll only teach you 3 or 4 way. That's all you're going to need anyway. So today we got Ray's rules, and you got me. I'm going to do all the work for you. Now let's look at a Lamborghini, my favorite car in the world today. Now let's look at you. What do you drive? You know all the rich and famous people you can see even on TV around you? You know what they do? They drive company cars. And they write it all off. But not you. You get a paycheck today. Oh, goody. You got it. It's already been taxed. You got the leftover. You get to pay your bills, pay for a car you should not. Then you're taking money and credit from the family and rolling the dice and go, wee, honey, let's hurt the family some more. It's about time you get a company car under a tax ID and fleet price. Now, let's understand something today. If you're using your paycheck to pay the payment, the gas, registration, insurance, can you yell the word no right now, please? Why don't you start driving a company car under a tax ID at fleet price? By the way, you get to learn how to do that at the workshops with me. I hold your hand. You just pick the car. Let's go get you the keys, too. Now, let's go back to that SSN we all got. We all got one of these in the past because we were told to get a job. Now, here's a problem. If I ask you the question I've asked millions of people for 43 years, you're going to say yes, but then you're going to fail the test. Did you read the card front and back? Of course, you said yes, but did you know what it says? Did you retain it here? See, if I ask you what does it says, what can you tell me? Well, A, it says do not laminate, don't carry with you. All right, do not basically use it for ID purposes, and it's not even your card. It's on the back of the card. Why don't you read it? You see, this is the thing. An SSN equals a 1040 tax return. That's all it is. And now the credit system uses it every day. And what do? You bring the pain home because you don't know how to play. But again, you got that SSN, goody for you. That means you got your Spirit and your Transio and Equifax too. Oh, goody. You know what that does every time you jack up a credit card? You bring the pain home. All right? And the bottom line is when you bring the pain home, what happens is you hurt your family. I didn't have a family as a kid. I got used and abused. So when I got a wife who's my rock and my kids, I'll be damned if I bring that pain home. So you got a choice today. It's going to be up to you. Write down SS4 times 4, please. You're going to have to learn how to play, but I'm going to do the work for you anyway because I don't want you to screw it up. So guess what? An SS4? Oh, almost no liability and all the write-offs you want to. Even the divisions and the corporation, the credit too. You see, let's go this. Corporation here. All right, set up the line of defense. Division, subsidiaries, and more. So what do we get to do? We get to play. You know what that means for you? If you allow me to do it my way, I'm going to set you up in a Spirit and a Transio and an Equifax per tax ID. How many would you like? This is the problem. All right, do you really want to get the American dream or not? Because you're going to have to finance it. Unless you're going to win the lottery. All right, good luck on that. So the bottom line is this. All right, what do we get to do? Write down SS4 times 4. The way I designed this in 1986. So let's see what it means. Now, if you name a corporation after you, I'm sorry to say that's called dumb. If you name it what it does because you want to do multiple functions, that's called double dum-dum. So I want you to write down, set up the line of defense. Can you do that for me too? Set up the what? The line of defense. I want you to have divisions and subsidiaries for real estate, and I'll set them up for you. Okay, franchises, current location. You know what happens right now before and during COVID-19? You saw banks and grocery stores shut down locations and bankrupt them too, even cities. But what did you do? You brought the pain home because you didn't play the game right either. So let's think about this today. If you allow me to, I can get you a $100,000 card up to that or $1 million card too. Would you like them both? Let me know. See, the bottom line is I know every one of you wasted thousands of dollars. Today you're going to invest in yourself. You're going to allow me to do the work for you. Remember, I already said I can get you up to that $100,000 of personal credit. But here's the problem. You can't write off the card or the interest rate at all. So we got to call what? Personal credit? Safety credit, and put it aside. Just in case there's a pandemic, we got safety credit. We never hurt our family. We never bring the pain home. Ray's rules are pretty simple. SSN, we all have one of those through our 1040. We leave it alone, called safety credit. Over here, corporation divisions and more, we get as much credit as it takes to get that American dream, because we get to write it all off, because that's the way you get to play the game. But again, an SSN equals a 1040, 1 or 2 write-offs if you're lucky. An SS4 equals an 1120. Almost no liability and all the write-offs too. Now I know one of you are always going to say, rich people don't pay tax, right? Well, my response, sorry to say, is shut up and join them. Because guess what? We pay property tax and gallons of gas too. What do you want to do? Watch some government plane go fly around somebody's honeymoon some more too? You got a choice today. Learn how to play and use the rules and tools. And don't bring the pain home ever again. Now, if you're watching me on Google, Facebook, and YouTube, that's kind of fun. But you're missing the PowerPoint in front of me. You might just want to go to rayswebinar.com, get the full overview, and learn not to bring the pain home again. You see, this is what I heard when I was 7.5. You ready to read it with me? Come on, ladies and gentlemen. That's chapter 18 for corporations. Stood outside that bedroom, which was the pantry. So exactly what they said. They said that a corporation's a legal person. It's right there in chapter 18. Can you see it? It's right there. It's not legal advice. It's just the truth. It's public record too. A corporation's a legal what person? It has more rights than you and I do. No wonder they get to win. Now, if you don't want a business, that's okay with you. If you allow me, I'd still incorporate you anyway. You know why? That way you get personal and business credit at the same time, and you gain all those write-offs you're missing today. You see, doctors and lawyers and CPAs incorporate themselves too, so you can do that as well. Now, here's the thing that breaks my heart every day. Oh, the mom and pops. Because these people keep making decisions. They open and close, open and close. I think if everybody wore a mask and did what needed to be done, we could get through this COVID-19. But again, that's just my opinion, since I went through COVID-19. See, what I'd like to do with all those people that are losing their businesses and they're getting the credit, they did all the whatever, they did it wrong and didn't set it up right, I want to help them as much as I can. So if you know anybody doing that, put them on the webinar with me. Let's see if I can rebuild them right away. So what we get to do is look at the United States of America, Incorporated, by the way. They set up their line of defense, but not you. You see, every state's a corporation. But every state set up their line of defense too. Every city's a corporation, but not you. I don't get it. Why didn't you ever set up your line of defense too? You see, they got their line of defense, and no matter what they do, they get to get rid of a piece and never the whole. That's why they got a Chapter 9 bankruptcy. See, you got to realize something today. You are we the people. That's right. Not only the Supreme Court says so, so does your constitutional right. Isn't it about time you step up to the plate and learn to win? I know Nixon took the gold standard out, gave these guys the key to the printing press. And they haven't stopped printing money 24/7. Every time they talk about money, they just print some more. Let's print some more today too. Now remember, you and I, we got our Social Security card, the SSN, when we were teenagers to get the job, because that creates a 1040 tax return. Do you know what happened this morning? Mama delivered a baby. She's been waiting 40 weeks for her baby to be born. Within 3 hours after the baby came out, guess what? They handed her an SSN form. If the baby does not have a Social Security card or number issued within 3 hours of being born, Mama can't take the baby in the stroller, the car seat, can't take the baby home. They got to know how much more money to print. Let's print some more money today. Nothing wrong with the United States of America. I love it. I just mastered the rules and the tools like I do everything I've ever done in my life by the time I was 9.5. Now you know why you got an SSN. Congratulations. That makes you the duck when you jack up those cards. Remember what I said? SS4 times 4. Corporation, line of defense, division, subsidiaries, and more. By the way, you never had to screw up your credit in the first place. You didn't have to be the duck if you would have known the rules and the tools. But I've been doing this for 43 years. Where the hell you been? I've been teaching this to millions of people, just like you. But you got a choice today. Allow me to do the work for you, because I don't want you to screw it up. Write down SSN equals safety credit, because that's what we're going to teach the world before I die again. Corporation, divisions, and more. What happens if something goes wrong with one of those pieces? Oh, we're going to learn the 3-step. We're going to do exactly what we're allowed to do. You see, what we got to do is understand the rules. Stop bringing the pain home. I mean, Mr. Trump bankrupted 4 corporations in the past. He didn't bring the pain home. Why did you? Rich and famous people file bankruptcy every day, and they stay rich and famous. But not you. You like bringing the pain home, don't you? Well, by the way, those cities that filed bankruptcy in the past, the only reason they could is because they're a corporation too. Isn't it about time you listen to play the game? I don't know, are these turned on today? I hope they are. You see, credit cards start credit score. Now, the credit score might get you a house and a car, but you know what? They do nothing for your credit report at all. You really don't. They do look pretty, unless you screw them up. So what's the rule? Don't screw them up. Now remember, raise rules. All right, 29%. Every card needs to be at 25 to 29% to maintain an 820 credit score. I got to make you a qualified CFO, but I need you to be at the workshops. Now, I got a special workshop tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the morning for level 1 and setup 2. So today, if you play with me, you might get to show up too. Won't we have more fun? But again, that's what we got to do at the end of the day. Now, remember, the ultimate credit cards, I love these because they're fun. That's what I popped right after the coma. All right, I can push them up to $1 million plus. By the way, the 25 to 29% doesn't affect your score at all. They sit there, and you can max them out up to $1 million, and it doesn't hurt your score, and you get it paid over time too. They even offer you 99 more. That's $100 million for you. That's too much for you, right? Oh, they even laugh for the divisions too, and they'll even offer you a line of credit too. Oh, goody! Now, if you allow me to do it for you, I'm going to get you a card at the top. I'm going to ask for 9 more. I'm going to daisy chain it. By the way, I'm the one who invented daisy chaining in the first place, 113 ways to play. You want to turn each one of these into a $100,000 or $1 million card. All right, you want 10 million or $1 million? You let me know. The next thing is I still got to build your credit the right way. That's right. I got to make you a qualified CFO. See, what happens today, I normally would charge you $9.98 what the office does. But wait, there's more. Bottom line is simple. All right, my goal is to change the world as much as I can before I die again. So here's, all right, for you, $499. We'll rebuild your credit to an 820. We'll hand you a $1,000 cash card, twice as much you invested in yourself, to take away all your excuses. From there, I'll even allow you to go to the credit educational class for 90 days. I got no excuses. Or you can do it yourself in the books and CDs that I created with Ken Yarbrough years ago, Security Chief and Tier W2. So you can do it for you, or you can basically do it, well, let me do it for you too. Either way, it's $500. You do, we do. You know what you should do? How about we give you the books and the CDs, and if you want, I'll still do the work for you anyway. I want to make sure I take away all your excuses today. So that $499, all right, and let me do the work for you, it's pretty simple. I'll still give you the books and CDs in case you want to repair it yourself too. Now what excuse you got? You don't have one at the end of the day, and every time you refer somebody, I'll Zelle you $50. Why not? Now, there's the Zelle, the wire deposits, how we get paid through COVID-19. Take a picture of that page. You're going to need it today. So what do we get to do? Have some fun. Now, I broadcast up to 3 times a day and all day on Saturday. I don't like pre-recorded crap. So the reality is pretty simple. You're stuck with me. Not everybody likes me, but not everybody likes you. Isn't that fun? By the way, I'm going to ask you maybe to do 1 or 2 things. Can you follow through? That's probably all you're going to have to do. Now, Walt Disney, they filed bankruptcy 7 times in the past, like some of you. What they do recently? They know how to play the game. They wrote an IOU to themselves for $1 billion. They paid no tax because they played the game. Isn't it about time you learn how to play too? SS 4 times 4. Allow me to build it for you. Because by the line, you can try to circumvent me all day long. When you fall on your face, just come back, because you will. If you're not an affiliate like me for subbing dashboards ready to pop credit for people, you're not going to make it. You got to do it the right way. Now we get all the write-offs we want to and almost no liability at all. What does that mean? We get an Experian, a TransUnion, and Equifax too, under the corporation or the division as well. Let's go get some money. Let's go finance the business and the dream. Kind of fun. See, the personal credit, you can't write off at all. But the way I designed this in 1986, the first thing we're going to get is always cash. Cash is king and queen, is it not, ladies and gentlemen? So we're going to get 8 cards per division, up to 9 lines of credit per division. Then we'll talk about supply credit, vendor credit, marketing credit, lease credit, gas cards, and cash cards too. You see, as an affiliate, I get to pop all the credit you need. But again, you got to let me do the work for you, because I don't want you to make a mistake, and I got to make you a qualified CFO. That's half the fun for me. I get to play with you all the time. Now, I studied Mr. Buffett's father in the beginning, then I studied him. I think the world's got it wrong. See, he owns 100 companies plus and owns his favorite 10. He owns Ketchup, Geico, Coca-Cola, American Express, Duracell. He owns Dairy Queen, See's Candy, Bridge Jewelry, and Fruit of the Loom. The man's playing the game, but why aren't you? You can play and win too if you want to. It's all you got to do. As an affiliate to my 115 different creditors I get to pop for you, I tell you, authorized user, forget that. Trade lines is a joke. It doesn't work at all. So I got to make you that qualified CFO still. So it's up to you if you want to play, but I'm just going to get you $100,000 to $1 million of credit too. All right, if you allow me, I'll use my daisy chain process, 113 ways. I can turn these into 99 more cards. Would you like $100 million today? First thing we're going to do is talk about corporate credit. It's the only thing we get to write off at all. That's why we call it raise rules. We learn how to play the game, and we get to win too. Now, here's some bars going to prison. That's right, focus on this if you can't see it. See, if you have the intent to rip anybody off or defraud anybody, I'll be the first one to testify, get you court of law. You're going to run a real business on my dime. I got no crooks. So guess what? If I get you the gold of the platinum's personal business too, push them up to $1 million for you, you're going to do business the right way. All right, if you like, they offer 99 more cards. Oh, the divisions and the line of credit too. And if you want, allow me to daisy chain it. What does that mean? I get you 1 card and I times it by 9 more. You want each one to be $100,000 or $1 million card? Let me know, because that's $1 million or $10 million. You're going to have to make a decision there, please. Now, here's the divisions that floated in front of you, then a corporation and line of defense. You see, we got to realize something. The corporation should never do business. It should manage those divisions, because they're the ducks in case something goes wrong. And by the way, if something goes wrong with the piece, we're going to do exactly what we're allowed to, the 3-step. We might call it the Donald Trump, the city, the rich and famous people. Heck, we can call it the Wells Fargo Bank too. They all did the same thing, so you get to do it too. What are we going to do? We're going to disconnect the division, isolate it, incorporate it. We can't save the piece. Then we're going to bankrupt the piece, keep the other pieces, and never bring the pain where? Home. Why would we ever bring the damn pain home? We don't have to do that at all. But again, what did you do when you bought your house? Oh, well, don't take it personally if I tell you did it wrong. Raise rules. Now, remember what I said in the beginning today. I want to repackage your house, your car, your bank account. All right? Because I think you're doing it wrong anyway. Escrow works for you, but you let them tell you what to do. What's wrong with that? See, it should have been escrow closed, escrow homestead, escrow recorded in trust. Do you really have your house or your assets in your name today, and they're not in a trust? Are you kidding me? That means if somebody sues you, they get to screw you and take it away. That means if you die, your family gets diddly squat because it's stuck in their probate. What's wrong with you? I don't get it. I donated the forms to Google years ago. They're free. But again, you got to listen and learn. Let's go fix up that property and have more fun with that. You see, what's going to happen is you're going to hire a contractor. That contractor's going to hire a subcontractor to stand outside Home Depot. Good workers. Oh, goody. Now, what if they slip and fall and they cut every corner they can and they sue and screw you out of everything you got? Remember what I told you before when we first started today? planning on somebody getting in your way, trying to take it away, probably even pissing you off too. Every property you get should be quitclaim deed to a division, an assignment of equity too. That way they can't sue you, and at the end of the day they get diddly squat. I had to fight to get out of hell. Don't you want to protect your ass, and never bring the pain home? It's up to you if you want to play and learn how to win the game. It's kind of fun. Now, can you do me a favor, or do yourself a favor? Why don't you Google irrevocable trust today? It's the one I would pick if I was you. But it's up to you. As we do this some more, we still got to fix up that property. But here's the problem with a couple of you. You try to play peekaboo with the IRS and make a mess. Why would you do that? You cannot circumvent the rules. You must play by the rules that they have dealt us. So you can't play games trying to circumvent the IRS at all. Okay, so let's understand something flat out. Corporations don't pay tax till they make a profit. So if you screwed up that in the past, I want you to go to irs.gov today. I want you to download a form called 656 of 433A and B. Then I want you to get your COVID-19 check and get your butt back in the system where it belongs. The only way we can win is master the rules and the tools. Exactly what I had to do at 9.5 years old. So fixing that property, we're going to get 4 more divisions. When I was a kid, they used to call me OPM. All right, how about we get one for carpet, appliances, fixtures, and wood? I'm going to hold your hand at the workshop tomorrow at 10 a.m. or on Saturday, and I'm going to make sure you understand how to go to the manufacturers through the divisions and set up and save 70%. I don't want you to pay a bill for 30 to 60 to 90 days. I want you to use their money to fix up that property. When the escrow closes, they pay off all the debt. Now you got $200,000 left over. What are you going to do like that? You're going to act like you're rich? You're not. You should leverage it. Now, have you had $10,000 to $100,000 in the past before? And did you piss it away and some of you are broke today? Write down Ray's rules, leveraging money. Borrow money's not taxable. Write it down right away. I want you to set up the line of defense. Do you understand this? The ability to let me do the work for you. Then I'll coach you for the next 3 months through workshops online too. Normally they're in person, but we got COVID-19 right now. Now, leveraging money. Let's understand something. Before my coma in 2009 with swine flu and pneumonia, pandemic 9, COVID-9, H1N1, give a damn what they call it, but the bottom line is I got to die. My location in Irvine Spectrum was only 22,000 square feet, 2-story. Got locations around the globe doing $1 million plus a day, helping people just like you. The bank would call me every day or show up at the office at 9 o'clock. Ray, what can we do for you today? See, banks always kiss your ass. That's when you got money. You got no money, they don't know your damn name. I'm going to make sure I show you how to leverage money and have some fun. All right, if you listen to me, I want you to think about something today. The banks borrow from the feds times 10 and loan back 5 to us. If you leverage it the right way, and I guided you correctly, that would give you up to $3 million. Borrow money not being taxable. We get $2 million of that and go buy a McDonald's today. Get a Big Mac, a fry, and a chocolate shake. You want one too? See, the problem is you don't believe in you enough. Everyone can get a damn McDonald's. It's easy to do. How about if I get you a couple pizzas? Could you imagine if I get you to listen, get you past go? This damn card could get you 4 pizzas today. That's $24,000 of cash flow per month after all the friggin' bills. But I haven't had a paycheck for 20 years. I don't need one. Okay? I got another $10 billion coming in the next 36 months. How the hell am I doing? You might just want to listen to Ray's Rules and Tools today. It's like when I got the Rolex for the corporation years ago. I didn't want to pay for it. I wanted it for free. I set up a division for jewelry. They wanted $89,000 for the watch retail, $39,000 wholesale price too. They overnighted the watch. Don't have to pay for it for 30 days. I put a loan on a watch I did not own. I paid the invoice on time. They billed the credit score too. The extra money put in the damn bank, and I paid for the watch I did not own. And at the end of the day, I got it for free. Don't you want to play yet? I mean, do you imagine corporate credit, once you build it, you don't have to put any money in the business. It finances itself. Even the down payment for everything you do. It can basically play and have the game you get to win. But again, trying to get you to pay attention is hard enough in this planet today. You're going to have to beat your own doubt because you're going to have to run your race. I can do everything for you, hand you the damn keys, but you got to run the daily operation. It's going to be up to you. It's kind of like cash flow, free up your time. How much money would it take for you today to free up your time if you needed just to pay your bills and break even? What I'd tell you flat out is we'd look up C191D in front of you. All right, we'll find 8 ways to loan out money through a corporation. We take a card like this one in my hand, and we take $50,000 off the card. Why? Because we're going to help 5 people save their house. We're going to put a second on their house, a homestead blocker, and a UCC one with a chattel mortgage too. I'll explain that at the workshops. I invented those 30 years ago. They work real good. Now, what did this do for you? It created you $2,449 of positive cash flow per month after the bills. Oh, you want more? How about $98 per month? How about we get $73.47? How much cash flow would it take you? In 90 days, if you did what you're told to do, let me do the work for you, you can actually replace your job, work for the corporation, have the cash flow to free up your time. Now what's the excuse? You stub your toe, got to go, who knows? All right, I was going to say pick your nose, but that wouldn't be nice. Reality is I'll show you some mansions, the helicopters, the yachts too. Still got to get you past go because I think you're stuck. But again, you got a choice. I've been doing this for 43 years. Where you been so far? I used to call this one God's gift. You see, I parked my race boat and my yacht in my backyard. Where you park yours again? You got a choice. And I like the helicopter I had, the Lamborghini in the building too. I mean, wouldn't you? Now, let's understand something today. I'd like you to change your driver's license, please, to a P.O. box or a mailing address. So write it down, please. You see, today, if you had to use your debit card to write a check and they ask for the driver's license, you're over here. It's like going, why didn't you rob my house? I'm not home right now. All right, why don't you sue me, screw me, take it away? I don't get it. I'll never get it to this day. You have the ability to protect your assets and never bring the pain home. California, we got the Schaefer Bill, the Driver's Privacy Protection Act, too. But this is up to you. You see, the last time you bought a car, what did you do? You let them sweat you for hours on end. Yeah, you got what? Lost 5,000 plus and up to 9 inquiries, too. Oh, goody for you. You're only supposed to get 6 inquiries every 180 days anyway. But what did you do? You brought the pain home, and that's called silly and dumb. All right? But guess what? If you're going to do it your way, okay. If they hand you the paper and says, we need your permission to run your credit, next to your signature, write down this allows 1 inquiry only, take a picture. Then they can't use and abuse your credit, all right, and get you too many inquiries. It's pretty simple. Now, me, I like to teach you how to get the car at fleet price under a tax ID. I think that makes more sense to me. But you got a choice. Now, I pray this isn't you today. All right, that you went to the grocery store or to the bank, and all of a sudden, what happened to you? All right, you bumped a car and a little bumpity bump. A little bumpity bump, but what happened next? The bottom line is basically simple for you. You got the ability to do this right if you want to. But here's the thing. They're going to ask you for your driver's license, your registration, your insurance. What's going to do to your heart now? It's going to drop pretty fast. What do you think? Driver's license, has it got the home address on it? The insurance, are you paying for it, or is the corporation paying for it that can write it all off? Are you the registered owner? Oh, you are? You're the duck? So one of those bloodsucker attorneys on TV get to sue you, screw you, take everything you got. Like I told you before today, I want to repackage your house, your car, your bank account. I think you should have the registered owner be a division, the line of defense. Corporation be the lien holder too. And at the end of the day, let's make sure they get diddly squat. Why not? The reality is learning how to play the game to protect you. It's like this guy, he's great. His wife and Mary, his son and daughter, and his grandkids too. They go to church every Sunday. But being a Christian is a way of life, not just a moment in time. He's in the coffee shop. What does he do? He fell down. Oh my goodness. Ah! No one heard him. So he sat up and did it again. He wanted his $10 million insurance claim. I bet you his family are real proud for him now. Now that could be your next door neighbor or your best friend. It could even be your brother-in-law too. Now what did I do on July 3rd, 2009? Didn't matter, it was worth millions and billions of dollars. I took my yacht from my backyard. There's the address at the time. I said fill it up. I used a corporate credit card, right off the card, the interest rate, and in the yacht too. Why not? Then I get to lay there in the coma because someone had swine flu pneumonia. They should have had a mask around their head or not be on that boat and yacht at all because I got to die. H1N1. I walked around with an oxygen tank for 5 weeks, put my score back to an 820. Then I popped another $1 million credit card. I don't stay down, and from now on, neither will you if you play with me. I guarantee it. God's using me to help you today if you're paying attention. I'm going to keep my promise. That's why I'm here today, even though my house might be burning right now. We had to leave it last night. Now there I am in a coma. What did I get to do at 5:41 p.m.? I get to die, but I get to keep my promise with you. So the ultimate thing is when I name my son and my daughter after me, see, my legacy will live on, called the Reynolds University. There's the backyard. It's all on fire today. And your Belinda kind of sucks. Praying for all my neighbors. So today I'm going to raise some limits. I'm going to give some more discounts too to raise some money so I can help people like you and everyone else that's in the fires today. So let's do this. I want you to understand this is the end of the year starter package. What I'd like to do is do the credit rebuilding for you, the refresh. All right, I'd like to do the corporate articles, the officers list. I'd like to basically do more like the setup class in level 1. See, tomorrow I got a specialty at 10 a.m. in the morning. It's a setup in a level 1 too. I want to make sure you learn how to master the rules, tools, and put them here. I want you to go for 90 days, by the way. Then I want to analyze you twice, all right, and have some more fun as we do this today. Now, let's understand, normally the office or sales team, they like to sell it for about $6,300. But today, write it down because this is a one-time offer today for every one of you because of what's going around in my life today. It's $999. I'm giving it away. I'm going to make sure you understand how to set up your divisions too. I'm going to hand you $10,000 of cash credit. I normally charge 10% for that. So now it's like getting the credit and you get all the goodies for free. Now today I'm also going to throw in there the books and CDs, the Millionaires Founders Kit. 18 books and CDs for you because I need to raise some money today. So those are actually free within that package today. By the way, extra bonus for you, you get a call with me. You and me, we get to play on the phone. All right, and go over your first blueprint. Then I'll take away any excuses you got too. Now today, use Zelle, wire, deposit. That's all you got to do. Take a picture. It'll last longer. Now you can call those sales team too. It's 800-510-3338. So let's understand, the biggest problem I always find with people is a lack of commitment. For some reason, they waste money on a bunch of crap, and then they won't, get onto this. I'm doing the work for you. So let's understand that building that Lamborghini, all right, tax ID, reach the dream, think it'd be the impossible. I've done it all my life. That's why we call it raise rules. The ability to go get it. Now, like I said, all I need is 90 days. I'll have you on your $1 million dream. I'm going to do the work for you, hand you the fish, and teach you how to fish too. That's what the workshops are for. Seminars, workshops, boot camps, you're stuck with me. I never passed the buck. So the bottom line, at the end of the day, we all listen to motivation. It's great, but it doesn't give us the rules and the tools that we need. So at the end of the day, sorry to say, it's just blah, blah, blah. I'll show you some of my goodies. If you don't have yours, I'll go get your goodies for you too. But we're all going to use Ray's rules, by the way. See, at the end of the day, you got a story to tell too. I want to get you an 820 credit score, please. I'd like to hand you up to $100,000 of credit as well. From there, I'd like to get your corporation and divisions up to $1 million credit card too. I want you to stop being stuck. See, at the end of the day, what you're going to do is you're next. Isn't that going to be fun? I'm going to do all the work for you, raise rules and tools. No excuses anymore. Bottom line is, like I said in the beginning, I want to repackage your life, your house, your car, and your bank account. I'm going to clone me into you. I don't have excuses. You've been looking for someone to hold your hand every step of the way. Not only am I going to hold your hand, I'm doing the work for you too. I don't want you to screw up my 100% success rate. Now, if all you want is books and CDs by themselves, that's okay. 18 books and CDs, the office sells it for $1,000. Today, if you want, it's $4.99 through me. So the bottom line is you can Zelle, wire, deposit. Like I said earlier today, take a picture of that page. You're probably going to need it today. So the bottom line is if I give you all the goodies, the classes, and you're stuck with me, the only reason you go to the classes and everything else, I'm doing the work for you, is you're going to have to run your company and ask all the questions you need to as I do all the work for you. But again, $9.99, it's pretty simple. All right, I'm even going to hand you $10,000 of cash credit and the 18 books and CDs. What's the excuse now? You don't have one at all. So you got a choice today. It's very simple. Now the next one is pretty simple, like I said. All right, it's $9.99 today. It's up to you. And the extra bonus if it's done right away. That means in the next 10 minutes, you get the phone call. But if it's not done in 10 minutes, you don't get the call at all. Don't you dare call later today, because they're not going to offer it at all. All right, Zelle, wire, deposit. That's all you're going to have to do. Now, how did the 14th Amendment make corporations into people? That's what it did. Now, I love the United States of America. I really do. I just learned to master the rules and the tools. All right, everything I ever play, every game, I always beat everybody because I master the rules and the tools. I don't like to lose. So the United States of America, they don't lose either. They manage their 50 states, they're corporations. The states manage their cities, they're corporations too. That's called the line of defense. It's about time you set up yours too. At the end of the day, you can learn and raise rules. Never have joint credit. Understand, buy a house, escrow close, escrow homestead, escrow record, and a trust. Corporation, you can't name it after you. You can't name it what it does. You got to always have up to $1 million of credit too. The ultimate goal is this. How about divisions for real estate? Franchise, current business. Set him to line of defense. Make sure you don't bring the pain where? Home. And that's what we never want to do. We don't want to hurt our family ever again. So today, plan on the problems. It's going to happen no matter what we say or do. But if you got safety credit and line of defense, you can see it, believe, and go get it every time. It's going to be up to you. So here's what we get to do. At the end of the day, if all you want is an 820 credit score from me, I'll do the work for you. I'll hand you the $1,000 card. I'll even ask you to go to the workshop for 90 days about credit education. I'm going to offer it to you for $499. Simple. Or, if you'd like, do it yourself. I'll give you the books and the CDs, too, that me and Ken Yarbrough designed years ago as well. The books and CDs are $4.99, so either way, it's the same price. Now, if you do it right today, and the $4.99, if you want to, I'll give you the books and CDs. You can do it or I'll do it. Either way, it gets done. It's going to be up to you. It's still $4.99. No excuses now, and when you refer somebody, you get $50. Zelle, wire, deposit. That's all you're going to have to do. See, that's my backyard on fire. Kind of sucks. My eyes are killing me. My nose feels like fire all night long. But the reality is, guess what? I got to pray for my neighbors. I got to pray for our house. I got to pray for everything around me. That's why I'm discounting and giving things away today to you. If you don't do it right away in the next 15 minutes, it's okay. You blew it. It's that simple. So the reality today, here's another ultimate package for you. Now, this one gives $25,000 of credit. So you got to decide, would you like $25,000 or $10,000 of credit? So what happens is $25,000 of credit is $2,499. Either way, you get stuck with me and have fun. So if you want $10,000, it's $1,000. If you want $25,000, it's $2,499. Either way, you get the books and CDs. You're still stuck with me. We're still going to have fun. Now, if it's done in 10 minutes or 15 minutes or less from now, you get a phone call with me too. There's a Zelle, the wire deposit. But if you don't do it right away, they just miss you passed it by. Have you ever passed it by before? Probably. So you got a choice today. It's called the American Dream. Receiving money every month, pay all your bills, drive the company car, go on a business trip, help other people, free up your time. You've got to set up your line of defense. You've got to master raise rules and tools. The ability to do this right. The ultimate millionaires in the package. Millionaires, all right, boot camp, everything we're going to do here. The millionaires All right, everything we do is this. And I call this the millionaire's package. Why? Because every one of you can allow me to get you that first 25,000, and then we can daisy chain it more. It's up to you. You can build as much as you want to. But again, at the end of the day, if it's done in 15 minutes or less, you get a phone call with me. Zelle, wire, deposit. At the end of the day, I want to make sure you understand I hold your hand at every seminar, workshop, and boot camp. I never pass the buck. So what we get to do is today, stay safe, stay strong. Remember, if we're waiting for what's next to come, let me be what's next to come for you. And let us always remember life is a gift from our Father in heaven. God has given us the opportunity to believe and receive. Let us make the best of the day and give thanks in every way. Thank you, Jesus, for one more day. Amen to that. The ability to do this right, listening to Ray's Rules and Tools. The ultimate goal for you. Here's the phone number. Every one of you need to call this immediately. You got 15 minutes or less to get the bonuses that I'm offering today. It's 800-510-3338. It's Ray's Rules. Never bring the pain home ever again. At the end of the day, it's pretty simple, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm going to hold your hand, not let it go. I'm going to get you where you want to go. I'll even guarantee it. So at the end of the day, never forget, God loves us all.